Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. This is iAllegedly, and I've got a good one for you today. It is a beautiful day, first of all. A beautiful tropical day in Laguna Beach. And man, it is like Hawaii out here. It's just absolutely stunning. It's humid. It's just fantastic, to say the least. So many people are out enjoying the beach. But man, look at that blue water. Man, this is like something out of an Elvis movie, okay? So, crazy. Now, so much is happening with energy and with employment that I want to cover all this for you guys. And before I get into it, please take a second. Please hit the like button. Please do not forget to subscribe to the channel. And today we have a sponsor, Patriot Gold, which you'll hear a little bit more from them later. But let's get into it. A couple things right now. We are seeing energy costs go absolutely through the roof. And yours truly was the victim of this because, you know, I normally pay my electric bill. Let's just use that one, for example. And, you know, in advance. Pay a couple $100 here, a couple $100 there, and before you know it, you got a credit. Well, I woke up yesterday, grabbed my energy bill, and I thought, look, I'm gonna look through some bills, and it said I had a 90-cent credit. And I'm like, 90? That's really odd. Normally it's much bigger than that. Well, think about this. My price of energy last month went up 80% in my own house. 80%. Now, well, Dan, you're using the air conditioner. It's so hot out. No, guys, I was at my house 6 days last month. During the billing cycle, I added it up with this, okay? So it's insane, guys. If you don't think that we're going to experience energy bills like you've never seen from a guy who wasn't even there during that time. Now, I don't leave a lot of lights on. You know, my kids have free run of the house, so they can come and go as they please. But we added that up, and how many days were you here, you know, when I wasn't here, and we added up, it was a total of 10 days that somebody was in the house last month. Okay. Well, for 10 days, guys, maybe the air was on a little bit, but for it to go up 80% is lunacy. Now, here in California this week, the thing that everybody keeps wanting me to talk about are the flex alerts. This is a scam, okay? Hey, listen, use less energy, wash your clothes at 9 o'clock at night. Now, this is nonsense, guys. Our state power grid, they haven't upgraded it in decades, okay? But they continue to charge us more and more and more and more and more. Now, you can sit there and say, Dan, go solar. Well, here's the thing about solar that's an absolute scam, is that I want you to think about this, okay? I know one guy who made money doing solar, okay? His electric bill was $650 a month, okay? 3 girls, a pool, lights on, air conditioning on all the time, okay? $650 a month. He went out and got solar and negotiated everything down to $18,000. It took him 3 years, guys, 3 years to pay that off. And now his bill is less than $100 a month because they have connection fees. And here in California, you can't be off grid. You have to stay on the grid, which is nonsense and complete shenanigans. So with this guy doing that, he still is connected to the power company somewhat, okay? So that guy did well by this, okay? Other people are out with $350 a month bills, and they're saying, hey, you're gonna have, you know, a $30,000 solar system put on your house, and it's gonna save you, you know, $120 a month. Do the math, guys. $30,000 divided by 120 is ridiculous, okay? So this is happening around the globe. But guys, I'm not using gas right now, okay? Because I'm not, you know, cooling my house, and I'm barely cooking at the house right now. So the gas bill's really light. But this is not the case for so many people around the country, and gas bills are gonna go up. Somebody sent me a great story out of the UK that they keep raising these fees for the UK gas prices. So you're gonna have a minimum price for your gas bill that's going through the frickin' roof right now. Think about this. The average bill in the UK will be 6,000 pounds a year. That's like $7,300 a year to have your electric bill, $7,300, okay? That's just the average house. Now there's people with more kids, bigger homes, things like that they have to contend with, and that is absolutely outrageous. So share your thoughts on all this stuff, guys. let's talk about our sponsor, Patriot Gold. Experts right now agree on one thing, and that the financial crisis is here and it's unfolding daily. Steve Forbes, Robert Kiyosaki, Peter Schiff have all said that this is the beginning of this whole thing. JP Morgan, the CEO, Jamie Dimon, he's even said the worst is yet to come. So with that, you've got to look at an alternative investment, and that is a gold-backed IRA or 401k. The leader in that is Patriot Gold. You can get a free investing guide from Patriot Gold by calling 1-888-330-1431, and they will give you your free investor guide. Again, you have to look at alternatives for this because right now, experts agree on one thing. When this buying by the Fed finally eases and softens and it stops, gold is going to be a fantastic investment. You're going to see gold start well above $2,000, and it's only going to go up from there. Look at what the experts are saying, but look at getting yourself into a 401k or IRA that's gold-backed by Patriot Gold. Again, use the iAllegedly link below, call 888-330-1431, let them know that I allegedly sent you guys, and you get a free investor guide. I'm not giving you financial advice, but what I'm giving you is an alternative you guys have asked for, which is a gold-backed IRA. Take a look at it today. I think it's absolutely amazing. Call 888-330-1431 and tell them I allegedly sent you. I hope you guys will take a look at them today. Now, the next thing is layoffs, and the problem with this, and that I want you to think about this. Price Waterhouse, the accounting firm, they surveyed 700 executives, 700, that said the exact same thing. We are going to have layoffs. 52% of them have layoffs right now, and the majority of these companies work for companies that have hiring freezes right now. So you're not going to see, an abundance of new hiring right now. So that's going to happen all over the place. And the star of the week goes to Emily from Michigan. Okay? Now, you guys understand this. I always say you got to work on the power of the ask. The power of the ask is to ask for something, with not the fear of hearing no, the fear of just getting your answer, because people think no is a reflection on them, and no is the answer. Emily in Michigan writes me and says, Dan, I got laid off in late July. Now, what does Emily do? Emily just crawled up in a ball and hid in the closet. No. Emily went out and went and interviewed. As she says, a flurry of interviews immediately. Guys, understand, it's the middle of August right now. So Emily went, balls to the wall and went fighting to get a new job. And not only did she get a new job, she got herself, she said, for the first time in my life, I countered an offer and asked for more money. Hello, okay? Guys, that's what this is all about. Now, here's this, okay? Not only did she get a better position, she said, but I got $20,000 more. 20 grand more, guys, okay? She's going to be in management. She's going to have a leadership role in the company, and she got a better position that she's much happier now, about. But again, $20,000 more. So many people get laid off and don't do what Emily did. They just, oh my God, I'm doomed. What am I going to do? I'll take anything. Okay? Not Emily. Emily fought for herself and asked for what she was entitled to, and with that, got herself $20,000 more. Bravo to Emily, okay? Because that's the way it should be, guys. Ask for it. The worst thing they're going to tell you is no. But like she said, a flurry of interviews. And inside of 2 weeks, guys, got herself a better job. So, you know what's funny? I mean, think about this. The best thing that happened to Emily was getting laid off. Okay? How crazy is that? In this crazy world. But Emily needs to be celebrated. And again, the team of iAllegedly, that's what this is all about. You guys, I'm telling you this right now. I have done so much work for people for nothing. I have done favors for people, executives, multimillionaires, people that were worth so much money that I did for absolutely free, just to work with them. Hey, if you ever need anything again, let me know, okay? I had a conference call yesterday with one guy that runs a very large medical podcast who was like, Dan, I really want to work with you on getting ads for this thing, and getting, and growing my audience. And again, with my medical background, I'm going to help this guy. He's a great guy. And the other guy's a fabulous investor that, again, when I started working with this guy, it was, I just wanted to introduce myself. What can we do together? And hopefully we're going to work together. Now, flash forward about 6 years, and we are working together. Okay, we got a bunch of cool stuff happening, but that's the power of the ask, guys. And that's why Emily was successful with this, is because Emily stood up for herself and asked for more money. Bravo to Emily again, okay? It's a big deal, guys. It really is. $20,000 more a year from what she was making 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago, guys, to get in a $20,000 bump, okay? Congratulations, Emily. Now, something that's been in the news this week that I talked about in February, and that was White Castle. White Castle is hiring robots to make burgers and flip burgers and to fry their greasy tater tots, okay? Now, I love White Castle a couple times a year. When I go to Vegas, there are 2 White Castles there, and I think they're only the 2 White Castles west of the Mississippi. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't know of any other place that's got White Castle around the country other than Vegas and the East Coast and the east side of the United States. But one thing that's crazy about this is that they are buying 1,000 of these robots. I want you to think about this. The robots cost about $3,000 a month to maintain. Now, people think, oh, I'm going to buy a robot and I'm never going to have to do anything with it. No, you got to maintain the robot, okay? So that costs $3,000 a month. The average employee at White Castle is $5,400 a month. Huh? Really? No, I'm sorry, employees, because they got rid of multiple people from flipping the burgers. So they're saving $2,400 a month. Now think about this. This is White Castle's thinking about this. It's not just so they're having a cost savings with this, but they can pay more money. They can get better management. They can get better people and off better incentives because they got $2,400 to play with each of these robots. Guys, I'm telling you, if you are in a menial type position, okay, barista, coffee, service, things like that, and they can get rid of you, they're going to do it, guys, because it's going to save the company money. But White Castle is so ahead of the game with this, and it's going to completely change the labor pool. You need to take a look at what you're doing right now. And so many people are like, Dan, I'm behind on my bills. I just got to keep my job, and you want me to look at new opportunities. Yes, always. Think about this. Emily's job over the last 2 weeks, her full-time job was looking for a job, okay? But Emily just hit it out of the park with what she did, okay? So that's what you need to do with your life, because I spoke with a friend yesterday who's working for a guy who is just god-awful, okay? Condescending, rude, and so much so that we plotted out when this guy's gonna get paid. Here are the dates, here are the times. How long can you stick around before you quit? And we gotta get you into a new gig. So that's how you have to look at things, guys, right now. But again, so many people, the warning is on, the writing's on the wall with these warnings, and it's very serious. You're seeing these companies talk about laying off, thousands of people. Oh, I would never be one of them. Well, Emily was never going to be one of them. You understand? Emily's, she's a hot shot, but she was never going to be one of them with her company, and that's not how it worked. Emily got laid off with everybody else. Bye. See ya. Thanks for cutting back. But I'm up here. No, not anymore. Have a nice day, okay? That company's loss is the new company's gain, to say the least. But what can you do, guys, to get a hold of this? What can you do right now to look at this and to be realistic? With everything that's in the economy, if you think that we're in normal times and that things are going to end normal and there's going to be, I love the word soft landing. It's like you guys are on drugs if you guys think that this is going to end, smoothly. And anyway, this is a boat crash, okay? And speaking of that, I'm getting all these stories sent to me about all the different boat prices and just how people are seeing these insane low prices for boats and for everything else. And you're seeing motorcycles, high-end, sports equipment, sporting equipment, everything. And then Wayne stops me at breakfast and says, Dan, you got to remind everybody about how crazy it is with like the Los Angeles Angels, how you can get tickets for $1. Think about that. You know, sporting events that are going for next to nothing. Wayne buys tickets for $1 and goes to see the Angels lose, okay? It's, you know, trust me, I love the Angels, and I was there this week, and, you know, one of the subscribers wrote me and says, Dan, I'm watching the Angels get beat. It looks like there's like 18 people in the crowd. And I said, no, there's 19 of us, and I was there. I sent him this photo. So anyways, guys, cheap sporting events, everything else is happening. Now you can talk about, I love people that write me about deflation and the world's going to become less expensive. The world's going to become less expensive for the people that have money. For the people like the economic ninja, Scott Walters, me, that have saved and socked and put money away, we're ready for the trouble that's coming. A lot of people are not ready for that. So, guys, I'm walking. This is the montage where I saw Mark Cuban working out 2 or 3 weeks ago, you know, walking by. But, you know, this is the bungalow area. The wealthy people stay out. You get your own little private residence, private pools and things like that. But you're on the Pacific Ocean. But this area I'm walking in, this is free, guys. Enjoy yourself. Walk through places like this. Families are out having a good time, bringing out the dogs, having picnics, having parties, and just enjoying themselves. You gotta do stuff like this. You gotta clear your head. You gotta understand that the world is upside down. You can let it swallow you up right now, but you need to take advantage of this and understand that there is so much happening. You know, for everybody that, you know, look at the Depression and look at everything that happened. And I am one of the people that believes that we are headed to such a huge downturn right now in the economy, and it's going to be depressionary. That's what I believe. So with that, it's not going to slow me down. It's going to make me do things differently. Everything is going to be plotted and thought of differently than it would have at any other time. So share your thoughts on all this stuff, guys. There's a lot more to cover. And again, it's a beautiful day. It's really humid. It's not that hot, but it's just wet. It's like Miami weather or tropical or Caribbean. And it's just crazy. So let me know what you guys are thinking right now. Here's some things in the economy that people are not talking about. Kind of phenomenons that you have to deal with and you have to address. The first thing is Michael writes me about the Dallas-Fort Worth area with GM cars. He's got a relative that works there, and what they're experiencing is something that's unbelievable. There are thousands of cars at the GM plant that are not finished because they don't have all the chips. So the cars are just sitting there in storage waiting for the chips to be delivered. The problem with this is that the cars are outside in the hot Dallas sun and they're getting destroyed by rats, guys. The rats are eating some of these cars and bugs are infesting the GM cars. So how would you like to be the person that buys one of those cars that's got, don't mind the bite out of the seat, it was a small rat, okay? That's insane. Now, the next thing is private equity buying homes. It is anticipated that 30% of the homes being purchased right now are from private equity. Now, people sit there and see BlackRock's going to own everything, Dan. We're going to own nothing. Housing prices are not going to fall. You're kidding yourself. These guys are not going to buy everything because one thing that they're starting to do quietly is to unload the homes and sell some of the homes to limit their portfolio because they're paying up here and they need to sell stuff before it drops to here or down here so you can't even see it, it's off the screen. That's going to happen. You know, housing's in a recession. We all know that. And we're seeing crazy numbers with how different percentages are off and this market's off and that market's off. And nobody wants to admit that things are that bad. They just don't want to deal with that. But it's happening. The other thing that's happening is I turn my head, sorry for the wind turn. I know when I go this way, the wind's worse than when I'm back the other way. So I'm going to turn around really quick for you, wind complainers. Anyways, just want you to get a good glimpse of this because it's absolutely stunning. Now, here's something that's crazy. We're getting a flurry of people leaving California and leaving New York. And you know what it is? Why they're leaving? The high taxes, guys. They don't want to pay the high taxes, and they want a deal on that when it comes to their income tax, because the real estate they can live with, they can buy a house wherever they want, but they're getting rid of the high taxes that we have here in California. They're astronomical. That's why so many people are leaving those two states. Now, one thing that's proven through all this is that you cannot tax yourself to prosperity. It just doesn't work. It's never worked in history, and it's not going to work now. So this new tax law, you can call it the healthcare law, the Furby law, you can call it anything you want, okay? But what it's going to do is raise taxes to everybody. And it's going to make it so that the IRS is going to come after all of us, okay? So get ready and plan accordingly. Now, we had a sales hit in real estate in the month of July by 20%. Don't listen to me, read the article below that supports this. And it's crazy because it just shows that we are having a very difficult time when it comes to the economy of real estate, okay? Now, Consumer Affairs, Consumer Reports, okay? They did a story on real estate that I'm like, holy cow, how about this? You know, they break down, should you buy this, should you buy that? Here's the recommendation, okay? Consumer Reports. They talked about real estate, and 78% of the people right now that are in the market in the future say that real estate prices are going to go down. 78%. That's crazy. A huge percentage of Gen Zers are saving money for the first time ever, and they say that they have just over $29,000 saved for a new purchase and price. Now, you can sit there and say that's not enough. Depending on the marketplace, guys, 29 grand could get you in a house. A lot of places in the country, but not here, okay? So that being said, 82% of people that already purchased a home in the last 3 years said that they're going to be upside down. 82%. Well, what a strong economic decision that was. So it's brutal, guys. You're gonna see really, really bad times when it comes to houses. And again, I think you're gonna start hearing stories about the kids that bought houses in their 20s and 30s that are gonna complain that the housing prices went down and they never knew it would go down, and the realtor lied to them and told them that it was only gonna go up in price, and la 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 la, this is terrible, and we own an asset that's upside down. There's going to be so many people that are going to own houses that they're going to be paying more than they're worth. It's gonna be shocking. That's my prediction right now. Now, with the last video about the boats being on sale, what do you think else is on sale? And we're getting a flurry of everything, but people are saving for all this stuff. A lot of people are like, yeah, I'm looking for a boat, Dan, I'm gonna wait. A couple people with planes, which is crazy, sporting good events, security items, everything that they want. Whether it be a golf cart, fishing equipment, mountain bikes. Again, mountain bikes are, there's $12,000 mountain bikes, Dan, that I think I could get for $8,000 or $7,000. Wow, okay? But again, guys, that's what we're seeing right now. So share your thoughts on all this stuff. We're gonna see housing prices take a turn right now. And you're gonna see some areas hit much worse than others. And like Scott Walter said, the resort areas like this that I'm walking through in Laguna Beach, these are last to get hit and they're the first to recover. That's the way history has shown us. Now, what you're gonna see is the outlying areas where they built these new tracks and charge people thousands of dollars, more and more and more to buy these tracks. And we're seeing more and more incentives. I keep getting all these different incentives and leaflets and images from around the country. I'll do another report on these where people are talking about $100,000 off, discounts on the loans, hey, free upgrades for your kitchen, free granite, free tile, everything, okay? Better stoves, better everything. But again, the big problem with these builders is the unfinished houses that we're going to see. Those are the numbers that keep getting talked about less and less and less with the big builders, because people cannot afford to close escrow. We're seeing a record number of people cancel their contracts right now. Why? Because they want out of this mess, okay? That's why. So share your thoughts on all this stuff. Where's it headed, guys? Are you preparing? I am. If you have a job right now, are you sitting there thinking, is my job safe? Is my 401k safe? And again, guys, go talk to an expert about all this stuff. You know, it's your money. It's your money. Oh, Dan, I don't have much. I've only got about 50 grand in all my savings accounts. Well, it's $50,000, guys. Just, you know, if it was zero, would that be a problem? Yeah, it would be. Nobody wants to hear that, but that's the case, guys. So share your thoughts on all this stuff. Let me know what you're thinking about this. I'm going to end this video with these last few stories. And Robert from Patreon sent me this one. Great story below about how basically every small business is already in a recession. And you need to accept that fact and you need to plan accordingly, which is solid advice and really a good story on you know, so many businesses. People think of a small business as being a one-man band. It's basically a business under $35 million in sales that's considered a small business, which is insane. Next thing is the city of Sedona. The city of Sedona, Arizona is so sick of Airbnbs that they say they make up for 15% of all the real estate in that city, that they're getting rid of Airbnbs and they're going to pay Airbnbs a cash incentive not to have an Airbnb. So if you're an Airbnb owner in Sedona, you can get between $3,000 and $10,000. Whoa, that is a tremendous amount of money. So again, guys, you know, be aware of stuff like this because maybe you rented your place out once or twice. You can get yourself 3 to 10 grand depending on the unit, the occupancy, all that stuff. But look at that, because they don't want these in Sedona anymore. They don't want us, people from California, to go to Sedona and have wine and hang out for the weekend. Just don't want it to happen. Now, the next thing, final thing, is Herbert Harris in Maryland. He ordered a Papa John's pizza and was a little upset. So much so that when the pizza got delivered, he was furious at the driver. The story reads that he didn't get the proper toppings. No, think about this. He didn't get pepperoncinis and he didn't get that delicious garlic sauce that you could drink because it's just so beautiful. This guy didn't get that and went back to the Papa John's store and assaulted the employees there. Jumped over the counter, grabbed one of those metal pizza, carrier things and started stabbing people with it. Okay? Seems extreme. Until I heard about the garlic sauce, I'm like, you know what? Kind of understand part of this now. Totally kidding. But the world is coming to this, guys. The world is coming to the insanity of this. And Mr. Harris will probably get a slap in the wrist for this. And again, major crime for pepperoncinis and the garlic sauce. Okay? Now, here in California, we are seeing radical videos where people are going to 7-Elevens and completely cleaning the 7-Eleven out with a flash mob. And again, the reason why they're doing this is nothing's happening to these criminals. It'll be interesting to see if anything happens to Mr. Herbert, but people were seriously hurt by this degenerate. And, all joking aside, this is where the world is coming to. So be safe in whatever you do, guys. So don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Do not forget our sponsor today, Patriot Gold. Take a look at them. Call 1-888-888-330-1431. Ask for your free gold guide. And onward and upward, guys. I will see you guys very soon.